Now to transportation. The Lagos State government has banned the use of amplifiers to call passengers in all motor parks in Lagos State. Well, the special advisor to Governor Sanwo-Olu on transportation, Toyin Fayinka, says a monitoring committee has been set up to enforce the law across the state.
Lagos State is a beehive of activities. One thing that's constant on a daily basis is noise pollution. Noise pollution is not only a nuisance, but a serious environmental and health hazard that leads to deafness, sleep disturbance, high blood pressure in some instances, mental fatigue, among other issues. As part of efforts to reduce the effect of noise on residents, the Lagos State government has banned the use of amplifiers to call passengers at motor parks. This decision was taken by the State Environmental Protection Agency in collaboration with the Ministry of Transportation. The special advisor to Governor Sanwo-Olu on transportation says a monitoring team has been set up to enforce the law.
I'm coming forward with the assurances that we at parks, we are happy to be operators at parks. We are very, very happy. That is a sector that no one in the world can do without. Movement of goods, movement of human is being done at our garages and parks. So we are very, very dear to you as you are dear to us. Essentially what we are saying today is parks in Lagos State has accepted willingly to address strictly to the policy. It might interest you to know that the first set of people throughout Nigeria that will give you these assurances are our motor parks. So I challenge other areas, churches, mosques, and those of us that do party, we comfort ourselves by discomforting others to take a clue from we. We call us Agbero. We are very, very passionate about it. But you can see now, we are the one that are obeying the law. So, by the grace of God, we will make sure we obey your rules. And anybody, we are law-abiding anyway. By this declaration today, I am empowering the Parks Monitoring Committee, which happens to be under me also, not the Office of Special Advisor, to go out to all the parks in Lagos State as from tomorrow, anywhere seen to be using any object that could generate pollution will be dealt with in accordance with the law. So, Ministry of Health, LASEPA, you have our assurances.
According to medical experts, noise pollution has affected about 8.5 million Nigerians who now suffer hearing impairments.
WHO has informed us that if action is not taken, by the year 2050, it's going to rise to about 900 million. Nigeria has a share in this, and what is the share? 8.5 million people in Nigeria have a disabling hearing loss. So when you see some people out there, they are carrying about an impairment, but they do not realize it. Now, at the behest of LASEPA, we did a small study on those people who work at the park, the drivers and some of the conductors. We were able to come up with few figures. We were able to screen 30 people on that particular day. Out of these 20 people, we found that 5 of them have a very severe hearing loss, which is 17%. 17% is quite high. That's just for one park. And we also found that 13% of those we examined had wax blocking their ears. And when wax blocks the ears, sometimes they miss sound, sometimes, perhaps that's the reason why some of them blare their horns excessively so as to be able to hear something.
Prevention is cheaper than cure, which is why we are driving this advocacy here, to say that if we can reduce the noise levels, we can reduce the impact of permanent hearing loss, we can reduce the impact that will have on our health We can reduce the impact to have our mental health. And interestingly, it also has a huge impact physically on children as well as the cognitive development of young people. So reducing the level of noise has a huge difference in the way we live our lives now. And hopefully the projections that by 2050 it becomes as much as 900 million is something that we can avoid. Because that also would say that in Lagos or in Nigeria as a country, we are looking at as many as 50 people. So for 8.5 million people, it means 1 out of every 24 Nigerians has some form of hearing loss. And so we need to deal with that now. So one of the strategies that we're looking at as the Ministry of Health is to leverage on our motor park health and safety program in conjunction with decibel hearing consultants to also include hearing screenings, not just as a tool for advocacy, but also as a preventive tool to help us identify people who are dealing with hearing loss and also provide some form of measures to intervene and provide care for them.
LASEPA reads the Riots Act, and the Ministry of Environment is set to ensure that noise pollution is reduced to the barest minimum.
It is a public offense in Section 197, subsection 2 of Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency laws to use an amplifier, loudspeaker, public address system, and music, or anything louder than a certain decibel to propagate your beliefs, advertise your goods, or even call passengers. And what is the fallout of this? There's fine, there's jail time, and as we have heard from the Special Advisor Transport, you may even lose your business. I will talk specifically about motor parks. If the decibels exceed the allowable government decibels during the day and during the night, the penalty is a fine. They can be taken to court in the absence of not paying fine, and repeated offenders will go to jail.
Noise pollution is the most prevalent of the complaints received annually, accounting for 75% of total complaints. These are mostly anthropogenic and not limited to transport, religion, commercial, industrial, entertainment, power generating, among others. Agency receives and processes petitions and complaints through an interactive website, and a few hard copies too. These are treated times without number, without any physical appearance, but our men move to sites where the complaints are made and they resolve the issue, most times amicably. But if we see a recalcitrant type of people, that's when it comes to sealing of the whole place. City noise control will further enlighten the general public on the harmful effects of noise pollution on hearing and human health, bring about self-regulation amongst the various players.
Going forward, residents are advised to report cases of noise pollution to LASEPA via its website www.lasepa.gov.ng.
This is where we call it a day on the program Dateline Lagos. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Till we come your way again next time, stay safe.